best practices video, you will get an idea of what you could see and hear in classrooms for this unit. Looking at the image, we could ask the students, what do you notice and what do you wonder? And you could hear various responses such as parentheses, different symbols including multiplication, addition, subtraction. Images like these can help get the students ready for what's coming next, and in this case, it's going to be their work with expressions. These are the key learning goals related to the benchmarks for this unit, and these learning goals are from the STEMscopes parent letter. They all have to do with students working with expressions, like translating expressions into written descriptions and vice versa, or solving expressions, and there's even a learning goal where students are explaining whether an equation is true or false. What should we see in the classroom to help students achieve these goals? Well, here are two snippets from the STEMscopes Explorers. Since this unit is focused on expressions, one should see things like students looking at word problems or descriptions and writing expressions to match, or writing descriptions to match expressions. You should also see students following the order of operations to solve those expressions, and proving if an equation is true or false. And these tasks could demonstrate MTRs 1, 2, 3, or 7. I do want to add that this is a unit where students will be using what they learned from earlier in the year or previous years and applying it to their work with expressions. So you may see students following the CRA model, using manipulatives or drawings to represent the operations, but what you will mostly see is students using more efficient methods that they have learned, like using quick picks and just working with the numbers to solve any operation they see in an expression, which can include whole numbers, decimals, or fractions, and they're really just focusing on that order of operations to make sure they're doing it correctly. The types of questions we ask will influence the type of conversations the students have. These are some of the STEMscopes Math Chat questions that encourage students to think critically about what they are doing. For example, this first question gets the students talking about always solving what's inside the parentheses first. This next question is meant to elicit the explanation that if something was being split into equal groups in a word problem, then you would be dividing. Or this third question encourages students to discuss that they have to follow the order of operations, which is first parentheses, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction, or their answer will not be correct, and they can demonstrate MTRs 1, 4, or 5. As students are participating in classroom discussions, we should hear them using vocabulary words like the ones listed on the slide. This list is from the STEMscopes parent letter. These vocabulary words will help students explain their thinking when talking about expressions. Throughout the unit of study, we should see multiple opportunities for students to show their understanding of the content. For example, students could be showing their work in their journal during the Explorers. They could also be following up with the Show What You Know activity, or playing a fluency builder game. These activities will give the teacher opportunities to informally assess the student's understanding, and they can show MTRs 1, 2, 3, or 7, since students are representing their problems or expressions in multiple ways, connecting their learning to the real world, and getting more efficient with solving expressions. These are 3 questions or tasks that teachers, administrators, or parents could ask of the students to gauge their understanding. These are from the benchmark pages in SmathSmarts, and they could demonstrate MTRs 1, 2, 3, or 5. We want students to continue their learning at home. These are 2 activities from the tic-tac-toe board on the STEMscopes parent letter. For the first activity, students are rewriting expressions with parentheses in different positions to see how it changes the simplified answer. For the second activity, students and their families will create a set of number and symbol cards. Then players will take turns creating expressions using the cards and then solving them. And these could demonstrate MTRs 1 or 3, since students are participating in effortful learning and getting more fluent at solving expressions. Hopefully this video gave you a better idea of what you would see and hear in the classroom while students are working with expressions. See you next time!